there, I'm Sarah from Thermaltake Australia, and this is the Thermaltake Tower 100. The Tower 100 has a small footprint, coming in at 462mm high, 266mm wide, and 266mm deep. It's available in both a snowy white or black edition. This mini tower case comes with 3 easily removable 4mm thick tempered glass windows on the front, left, and right side. This allows you to show off all of your gorgeous hardware no matter what side of the desk you decide to pop your case on. Additionally, there are no awkward chunky screws blocking the view here, as all these panels simply slide straight out to make it easy to access your hardware inside. The case also comes with 2 pre-installed 120mm fans to ensure you get peak airflow from the very first power-up. Now, don't let its compact size throw you off. You can still run all sorts of hardware inside the Tower 100. The case is designed to fit ITX motherboards, as well as up to 140mm fans in either of the 2 mounting locations. You can also fit up to a 120mm radiator at the top if you're wanting to run with an all-in-one cooler. You can run with a CPU cooler up to 190mm and a standard ATX power supply of up to 180mm in length. Finally, your graphics card mounts vertically in the case, with the case able to support a card of up to 330mm. So yes, that does mean it can fit an RTX 3090. The Tower 100 has an array of special features that come together to make this case incredibly unique. Firstly, after extensive feedback, we've made some changes to the airflow in this case. There's now a total of 8 superfine fan filters located on the right, left, top, and bottom. These are all designed to be incredibly easy to clean, keeping the dust bunnies on the outside where they belong. The case has an incredibly modular design, with almost every panel being removable. The top panel utilizes a simple press button design, making accessing the top section incredibly easy. You can fit up to 2 3.5-inch HDDs or 4 2.5-inch SSDs, including a separate bracket on the right side for SSDs if you want a bit of both. Finally, the front is equipped with a modern I/O port that comes with 2 USB 3.0 ports and even a Type-C port in an easy-to-access location. The Tower 100 borrows the amazing qualities of the iconic Tower 900 that you came to love, but boasts plenty of unique features that make this mini tower case stand out from its big brother. Its modularity, versatility, and small footprint make the Tower 100 a case anyone can see their next ITX build in.
You may remember a video of ours that we made last year titled "Should you build or buy your PC?" Now if we fast forward to 2021, that video does look a little bit dated. We're now living in the time of the great GPU and CPU shortage. The parts that were just one click away are now being met with pre-order, out of stock, or basically you're never going to see it again kind of buttons. Or worse, they're quadruple the price that they're worth. G'day legends, it's Johnny here from Thermaltake Australia, and welcome to the Should You Buy or Build Your PC, the 2021 edition. Building your PC. Pros. The biggest pro for PC building, which is something I don't even see changing in today's climate, is just how customizable it is. If you're like me, every build has a certain look that you're trying to achieve. So if you have a certain aesthetic in mind, often building it yourself is the only way you can achieve that without paying through your teeth. You often won't find things like sleeved cables or the specific graphic card model design that you want, or even the awesome sleek motherboard you've been eyeing off for the pre-build. Nope, let alone having it being a case that you actually want instead of having to settle for the case. Another pro for going the DIY route is the fact that you know how it was all put together. You know the ins and the outs, which cables lead where, what's plugged into that port, and you know if you've been a little stingy with the thermal compound. All of this adds up to you being a little bit more confident, so if dust hits the fan, you'll be able to get in there and troubleshoot without having no idea where to start. Lastly, and it may sound a little odd given the absence of the mythical MSRP right now, but building it yourself means you're able to hunt around for the best prices. Right now, I think the best tactic is to actually go out hunting for secondhand monitors, cases, motherboards, and even RAM, as the secondhand market for GPUs is still kinda gross. Seriously, those of you trying to sell 1080s for 800 Australian dollars, just stop. I guess this is where we can switch over to the cons, because building your PC. Cons. Prices. Right now, people are desperate for PC parts, especially GPUs and some AMD CPUs. This means that building right now can actually be, and I could be wrong here, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but actually more expensive than a pre-built with the same specs. Especially if you have your eyes on a certain big chungus card, you could find yourself paying a whole lot more than you would usually. This brings us into the second drawback about building right now, which is that some parts are so hard to find in stock that it's comparable to hunting down unicorn fur. This is in relation to the graphic cards and some CPUs, and when you do find them in stock, you're probably going to pay a ridiculous 70% markup on them. For places in which GPUs are listed close to MSRP, you're put into a lovely waiting list and are forced to patiently wait for an email notification to say that they're back in stock. Buying a pre-built. Pros. It still feels very weird saying this, but in 2021, the best part about buying a pre-build is the price. You'll find that this year, in terms of bang for buck, pre-builds are looking better than ever. After all, pre-builds are pretty much the only way to get your hands on an NVIDIA 30 series graphics card right now. It sucks, but it's because of the position that resellers are being put in, having to buy bundles where it's more cost effective for them to sell an entire system versus just selling one item. Secondly, it's all done for you. As the name suggests, a pre-build is pre-built. You don't have to worry about the hours of building and the stress you might find yourself in if you're a first-time builder that may have bit off a little bit more than you can chew. Or if you're simply not interested in building, there's nothing wrong with that, and with a pre-built, you don't have to do any building. Now this next pro could slide into what I just mentioned, but I do think it's worth talking about on its own as well. You may not know this, but most pre-builds, I say most because I don't know if everybody does it, are stress tested in-house to ensure that the parts you receive are functioning properly and achieving the results they should be. This reduces the risk of having a part that's dead on arrival by a considerable amount. So with pre-builds, you simply plug it in and off you go. Buying a pre-build. The cons. Like I mentioned earlier in the pros for building yourself, you don't really know how it was all put together. Unless you're brave enough to fish in and take a look, many pre-build owners I've talked to haven't even seen the insides of their PC, apart from removing the protection padding upon arrival. So when a simple issue arrives, you might find yourself in a bit of panic, or sending your PC back to be repaired, which can get a bit costly. Secondly, due to the lack of availability for parts right now, if you buy a pre-build, there could be a chance that if a part fails in your system, you can't get it replaced. So even after forking out the cash for an easy pre-built system, if you find yourself the unlucky one with a faulty graphics card, it's possible getting it replaced might take months. Your pre-build could just essentially become an overpriced, overly large paperweight while you wait. So where does that leave you, and which option right now is the best? Well, I'll give you the cop-out answer and tell you that only you can determine that. But if right now you're entirely PC-less, then a pre-built is more than likely the best option for you, especially if you want to keep to a budget. However, if you have a certain PC case in mind, or a certain aesthetic for your dream build, or even PC building just seems like your jam, then you might have to dive into the trenches of the hardware shortage war and try your luck.
You got the little one and everything. Probably it's easier for you to do.
Just
first
jump
person.
in, do
That's
a
like
first.
the same
Yeah.
with me. It's easier for me to do first person.
Yeah,
Play
your
like
little one.
play
Yeah.
five.
Myself.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Jillian's actually standing.
If I stand, I'm probably
Yeah, you guys do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
actually do it.
Oh, this is a standing desk for you.
Stand, yeah. Some cases aren't out to make a statement. Having a case that looks as good as it functions is a great way to add some personalization to your build without having to sacrifice elements like airflow or showing off your next level RGB setup. Hey there, I'm Sarah from Thermaltake Australia, and this is the Thermaltake Divider 300 ARGB mid-tower case. A versatile case that stands out from the crowd. The Divider 300 is 475mm high, 220mm wide, and 461mm deep. This case is a part of our upcoming Divider series lineup, containing a blend of open frame style elements, clean functionality, and stunning good looks. The Divider 300 comes in either a black or snowy white edition. The case utilises two 3mm thick tempered glass windows on the front and side, which are more scratch resistant than standard acrylic. However, the show-stopping element of the Divider 300 is the diagonal split on the side window. Each panel can be removed separately, and there is a slot specifically for airflow tucked in between the two panels for your graphics card. The front panel has two additional airflow slots on either side, with the discrete dust filter tucked in behind to protect your fans from dust. And speaking of fans, behind the front panel comes three pre-installed 120mm ARGB fans, as well as a standard 120mm rear fan, giving you peak airflow from day one. The ARGB fans can of course be controlled via your motherboard software or via the handy button on the front I/O panel. The case has more to it than just good looks though. The Divider 300 can run all sorts of hardware inside. You can run a CPU cooler of up to 145mm high and a PSU with a max length of 180mm with an HDD cage or 230mm without one. Lastly, you can fit a graphics card of up to 360mm with a radiator or 390mm without one. And speaking of radiators, this case can support all sorts of those too. You can fit up to a 120mm radiator at the top or the rear, as well as up to a 360mm radiator at the front, or a 240mm radiator on the motherboard side. Fan-wise, you can only fit a 120mm fan at the rear, but up to one 140mm fan at the top. Motherboard side, you can fit up to two 120mm fans and either three 120 or two 140mm fans at the front. The Divider 300 also comes with an array of special features, furthering the case's uniqueness and versatility. Overall, the case has a dismantleable modular design, featuring modular panels, brackets, and pre-designed mounting arrays. The case also comes with a ventilated PSU shroud, giving you a place to hide all those unsightly cables. You can also mount your graphics card either horizontally or vertically with our patented rotational PCIe slots and riser GPU support bracket. The Divider 300 comes with even more dust filters at the bottom, top, and back of the case to help keep the dust bunnies at bay. In terms of storage, you can fit up to two 3.5-inch HDDs or two 2.5-inch SSDs in the bay drive out back, as well as two 2.5-inch SSDs on the back mounting panel. If you have some fancy SSDs you want to display, there's also a front removable mounting panel also, which is located on the motherboard side. Finally, your I/O port features two USB 3.0 and a Type-C port in an easy-to-access location. So if you want your dream build to look good without sacrificing functionality, then the Divider 300 might just be the case that you've been searching for. Hi there, I'm Sarah from Thermaltake Australia, and this is how to install a power supply. For this tutorial, we have gone with our fully modular GF1 power supply. Just remember, your installation may differ slightly depending on brand and whether it's a fully modular PSU. We have also chosen to show you where your cables need to go without a case and focus more on which port you need to plug what cable into. This is because every case and motherboard layout can be quite different. We will, however, give you some quick cable management tips at the end for when it comes to installing your power supply in your case. Your first step is removing all the cables from the wrapping and laying everything out. Now we're going to run you through each cable, what it looks like and what it does. This is your 24-pin cable. This is your motherboard connector cable. If you're using an older motherboard, you may only have 20 pins, but this isn't too common anymore. Next is your CPU cable. This will give power to your CPU. These cables tend to look similar to standard PCIe cables, however, they are not interchangeable. You want to triple check that you're plugging in the right cable here, so ensure it has the word CPU on it, like it does here. You can also check this by seeing if the cable can split down the middle into 2 separate 4-pin headers, as PCIe cables can't do this. You might not have these cables in your power supply, however, if you do, these are Molex cables. These can be used to power accessories such as, in our case today, our fan controllers. You can tell these apart from other cables due to their unique look. These are PCIe cables. These are used to connect your graphics card. As mentioned previously, these look very similar to the CPU cable, so it pays to know which is which. Often, these cables will have the 2 sections split already, whereas your CPU cable will not. Lastly, these are SATA cables. These are commonly used to power hard drives and SSDs. Now we will go through where each cable goes into the power supply. If you have a semi or non-modular power supply, you can skip all or some of this section. There really isn't any set order to plug these in. One of the best things about fully modular power supplies is you can install everything as you need it versus having a pile of cables you might not even end up using. We have chosen today for clarity to plug everything in from left to right. As you can see, the 24-pin goes on the top left, with most of it fitting along the top row and then a smaller chunk of it splitting off to the bottom. Besides that, we're putting in our CPU cable. The side with the CPU labeling usually goes into the motherboard and the other side into your PSU. Across from that, we've elected to plug in our PCIe cable. Most graphics cards nowadays only use one PCIe cable, but occasionally some use 2, so plug in both if you need both. And in the final 2 slots beside one another, we've popped in our Molex and SATA cables. Now it's time to show you where everything plugs into the motherboard. Beginning again with your 24-pin cable, this is pretty much located in the same place for every motherboard, which is off to the right-hand side of your board. Connecting these can be a little finicky, but don't be afraid to apply a bit of pressure if you need to. Your CPU cable will often need to be plugged in somewhere on the top left of your board. The connector itself can also be split if your board only takes 4 pins, such as with an MATX board. For everything ATX and above, like ours, it will need all 8 pins inserted. Now we're going to pop in this graphics card we prepared earlier, because this is where your PCIe cable will need to plug into. The port will be located somewhere along the front. Sadly, our cables looked a little ugly after we plugged it in, and if yours does too, never fear, we'll show you a cool fix for this later. Your SATA cables plug into your hard drives like so, and then get tucked away somewhere in your case. Finally, everyone's favorite connector, Molex. These can be a little tricky to plug in for some, but I seem to have a gift and plugged it in straight away no problems. Just try and line it up as best as you can because the pins can be a little loose and move around a bit. And now, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to go back to the graphics card. I personally just can't handle ugly cables, so we found ourselves some cable extensions. If you're in the same boat, grab some too. You simply plug the ends of your original ugly cables into them and then plug the cable extensions in instead, giving you a much more polished finish. Just ensure you're using the correct extension for your cable as they come in a variety of cable types. So there's your breakdown on where all of your power supply cables need to end up. The rest is up to you. But as we didn't show you this in a case, but you will no doubt be building in one, here are some helpful cable routing tips for your PSU cables. Take the quickest path to your port. Now that you know where everything has to go, this should be easy. For example, as your CPU port is located at the top of your motherboard, utilize the cable routing hole that's really close to it. Don't forget cable ties! If you're building a PC, remember to get a stack of these bad boys also. Sadly, not every case comes with handy Velcro ties or things like that, so having a stack of cable or twist ties on hand can save your life when cable managing. And that's it! If you have any questions or tips for your fellow PC builders, feel free to chuck them in the comments down below. Like the video if you did enjoy it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ding the bell to be notified each and every time we upload. We'll see you in the next one. You're so right!
Yeah, I think
Makes
so.
me sick, makes
yeah.
my heart beat
Makes
246. Not
yeah.
because you're dirty, not because you're clean, not because you kissed a boy behind a magazine.
Yeah.
Girls, boys, having lots of fun. Here comes, was it Johnny with a big fat bum? He can wibble, he can wobble, he can even do the splits. But I bet he can't do this. Close your eyes and count to 10. If you
Yeah.
muck it up, you're a big fat hen.
Yeah. That was incredible! Well, that was like buried in the dark recesses of your brain.
Yeah.
Having a great keyboard can make all the difference in your setup. Good quality ergonomics, switches, and construction provides not only a pleasant typing experience, but also improves your gaming time too. So isn't it time you got a keyboard that not only looks the part, but also feels like it? Hey there, I'm Sarah from Thermaltake Australia, and this is the Argent K5 ARGB mechanical gaming keyboard. The keyboard that ticks all the boxes and looks good doing it. The Argent K5 features premium grade aluminium faceplate construction and is specially designed with an asymmetrical curve to help ensure you can game or type in comfort for hours. The Argent K5's floating keycap design comes with either a Cherry MX Blue or Cherry MX Silver switch option. The blue switch variant has the iconic mechanical click sound as well as a tactile bump to provide great typing feedback. In contrast, the silver switch variation is linear and has no click but has an extremely low actuation point, which works better for faster reaction times. So, no matter what way you want to play, there's an option to suit you. Now, we couldn't possibly go any further into this first look without mentioning the brilliant RGB lighting. The entire Argent series features absolutely stunning RGB lighting, all featuring a gorgeous underneath glow effect as you can see here on the Argent K5, as well as that sweet under-key glow. With 16.8 million RGB color illumination, you can customize your lighting effects to what suits you and your setup, meaning your RGB can be as bold and bright or as simple and subtle as you like. This can all be done via our iTake engine software, TT-RGB Plus, or Razer Chroma. But the features don't end there with the Argent K5. It also includes a detachable magnetic wrist rest made from synthetic leather to ensure peak comfort over long gaming sessions. The keyboard also has some sleek multimedia controls as well as an excellent inbuilt aluminium constructed volume control wheel. If you're running low on USB ports or you can't quite reach the jack to plug your headphones in, then the Argent K5 has you covered there too. It has a USB 2.0 port and 3.5mm headphone jack included in the top of the keyboard for added convenience. The keyboard also comes with 8 additional red keycaps and a keycap puller if you want to spice up some of your keys. Finally, the Argent K5 has 100% anti-ghosting support across all zones, as well as on-the-fly macro recording feature. So if you want a keyboard that has all the bells and whistles and looks good while doing it, then the Argent K5 is the keyboard for you. With an array of special features, flawless aluminium faceplate construction, and one of our most gorgeous RGB displays to date, you can't go wrong with the Thermaltake Argent K5 RGB mechanical gaming keyboard.
And they were like, oh yeah, it is. It's faster. So like, that's all it took to convince people to switch to a different browser. So what I'm saying is, Jono, why won't you join us?
I love Google Chrome because I like to know that my RAM is being used at all times.
all of it. I like every bit of it.
Got to get your use out of it. You paid for it. So.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
Like, I just want to open up my Control-Alt-Delete Performance
And
tab,
see
see
50.
RAM at like 8 gig, and it's like, I got 3 tabs open.
Yeah.
I did hear downloading RAM on Chrome is faster. So
There are a few things worse for your PC than bad cooling. Your precious components are working hard inside your case to ensure you can do all the things you want to do, like gaming, editing, or even just watching this video. So why not treat one of your PC's most vital components, your CPU, to some high quality cooling? Hey there, I'm Sarah from Thermaltake Australia, and this is the Thermaltake Toughair CPU cooler. The Toughair CPU cooler comes in 3 different options, the 110, 310 and 510. Each of these options provide peak performance and reliable cooling, however all are slightly different, so you can pick out the best option for you. The 110 is a top flow design cooler with a single fan sitting atop the heatsink that can support up to 140 watts. This is a great option for cases with less clearance space. The 310 is a tower CPU cooler with a single fan supporting up to 170 watts. This is a great option for someone running a newer CPU that might run a bit hotter. Finally, the likewise tower designed 510 comes with 2 fans and supports up to 180 watts. This is also a great option for people running a newer CPU, and due to having 2 fans, you can actually run the 510 at a lower RPM, making your cooling even quieter. So whether you have a super powerful new CPU or you're running with a case with less clearance space, there's a Toughair option to suit you. All 3 of the Toughair CPU coolers feature at least one enhanced 120mm high static pressure fan. Now, you may be thinking, hey, that fan looks familiar, and that's because it's based off of our amazing Tough fan, only we've made a few changes to suit its new role. The Toughair's fans boast speeds of up to 2000 RPM, providing a high level of cooling performance to your CPU, keeping temps nice and low. Now, let's talk the heatsink. All 3 heatsinks feature an asymmetrical fin structure. The main purpose of this is to allow a larger intake of air moving through the fins. This type of design helps lower any air turbulence, aiding in directing airflow and making it easier to disperse air evenly through the fins. On top of this, the Toughair features high-performance copper heat pipes. These 4 pipes intersect directly with the CPU and thermal paste, providing direct and exceptional heat dissipation to your CPU. The 510 and 310 both feature heat pipes in a U-shaped design, creating great circulation to ensure higher quality cooling performance. The 110 does not feature the U-shaped design due to prioritizing keeping its clearance nice and low, but it does still have the 4 heat pipes and of course provides some great quality cooling. Finally, another great feature of all 3 Toughair variants is their flexibility. The entire Toughair series are designed to fit with a whole bunch of both Intel and AMD sockets. In fact, there are so many options available that we've just decided to pop them up onto the screen for you, instead of me reading them all out. So whether you have the latest and shiniest CPU or one from a few years back, you can rest assured you can install one of our Toughairs on it, no problems. So ensure you don't leave your CPU running hot by investing in a cooler that's reliable, catered to you, and looks good too. All 3 of our Toughair CPU coolers are meticulously constructed, uniquely designed, and feature a variant of our gorgeous, dependable Tough fan. With our Thermaltake Toughair, you can rest easy knowing that even in the most intense gaming moments, both you and your CPU can remain cool under pressure.
And then like driving games, I've never ever played a game that has like a car in it that plays well with a mouse and keyboard.
I agree.
That steering wheel setup,
Yeah.
have some like pedals.
Yeah.
But
Actual sim setup, yeah.
I know, I always feel like those people are a little bit like you're a little weird.
You
Drive.
For a drive, you got tactile feedback. You can actually go somewhere and like
damage is on.
Yeah, damage is on. You can go like a hardcore, like don't pay for your insurance. Like, you know, let's go like real hardcore here.
There are a few things worse than having a bad mouse. Not only can a bad mouse be the cause of some serious muscle strain, but it can also be the deciding factor in clutch in-game moments where every second counts. The best solution? Using a mouse that has your back both in-game and out. Hey there, I'm Sarah from Thermaltake Australia, and these are the Argent M5 RGB gaming mice. 2 exceptional options, 2 gorgeous mice. The Argent M5 RGB gaming mice can both be operated at up to 16,000 DPI. They both also feature onboard enhanced 50 million click engineered switches to provide a crisp, clean click time and time again. On top of all this, its ambidextrous design and advanced matte coating improves comfort and durability, even for you lefties out there. Additionally, it has on-the-fly sensitivity adjustment as well as 4 programmable buttons over both sides of the mouse, which can come in very handy for gamers. As you can probably tell by now, there are 2 versions of the Argent M5 gaming mouse, the Argent M5 wired and the Argent M5 wireless. Starting off with our wireless mouse, the Argent M5 wireless RGB gaming mouse supports Bluetooth, a wired connection, or a wireless receiver that is inserted into a USB port. We've removed almost all of the RGB in this version of the mouse to ensure it can operate for an extended period of time. Utilising the wireless receiver, it can live up to 36 hours with RGB on or 100 with the RGB entirely off. Similarly, using Bluetooth, it can last between 52 and 200 hours depending on your RGB usage. Alternatively, the Argent M5 wired gaming mouse doesn't have to worry about battery life, so it can offer some gorgeous additional RGB lighting. On top of the lighting around the logo and mouse wheel, which it shares with its wireless counterpart, it also features a premium quality RGB strip underneath to create stunning underglow against your desk or mousepad. Of course, this utilizes our 16.8 million RGB color illumination, so you can customize your lighting to your heart's content. This can all be done via our iTech engine software, TT RGB+, or even Razer Chroma. On top of all the awesome features we've already mentioned, the Argent mice have even more. This includes a premium quality aluminium metal scroll wheel, which provides a pleasant texture as well as looking gorgeous. The Argent mice both also feature an ARM-based 32-bit microcontroller with 64 KB flash memory. This ensures superior performance to meet the needs of hardcore gamers, where every millisecond counts. Finally, the mice have the advantage of large Teflon feet, which provide an improved effortless glide over your mousepad. So if your current mouse is leaving you stuck in a trap, then it's time to level up your gaming experience with either of our Argent M5 RGB gaming mice. Coming in a wired or wireless option, these versatile ambidextrous mice offer superior performance, ergonomic comfort, and look incredible too.
Hey,
There we go.
We're live.
We're on the internet.
We are on the interwebs. Hello,
Hey, hey, hey.
interwebs people. This is very live. Very live.
Yes, this is definitely very live.
Hello.
Kind of nervous, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
I know. We haven't done anything like this before. Like not to all these beautiful people out there.
No.
You know, I should start saying hello to some of you beautiful people out there. Hello, Pablo. You were asking what this is for. This is the product discussions with Thermaltake. We're going to discuss products. We're Thermaltake. You give us the things to discuss. We're the Thermaltake.
That's the explanation, I guess, if we break it
That's what
down.
we're going with.
So yeah, today there'll be some discussions, a little bit more of a deep dive on products.
Yeah. Hi, Quack. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you, man. Hype. Thank you, Noel. Can we start asking questions? The gaming stuff asked. Well, that is already a question, so you've answered your own question. No, you can. We will be going through certain things, so you can ask questions during those. But I mean, you know, getting in early is always a good thing. Good on you, the gaming stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Like, if you've already watched the earlier stream,
That is it.
And you might have questions about some of the products in there.
This is the place to ask them.
You can flag them now.
Yep.
Feel free to drop the questions again if the products come up. We'll try to remember them if you post them now.
Just when we talk about the product. Hello, Stella. How are you? Welcome in. Hey, Sean. Rockwell, hello, welcome. I need proof that it's live. What, do you want me to go get a newspaper and like hold it up next to me and be like, it's live? Because I don't know if anywhere is open anymore. It is very live, Janny. It is. Hello, Sarge. I'm your big fan. Oh, I'm your big fan, Stella. Hey, Miko. Come on, still no closed captions. This is live. I'm sorry, but there may be some auto captions. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, this will get, I think,
can't.
saved.
Sorry. Yes, true, it is saved.
I'm not sure if YouTube does the automatic captions.
I think it will.
Like now.
Yeah.
So you can try and turn that on. I don't know if that does anything weird with our accent.
Yeah, our accent's really hard to caption. So
apologies in advance.
Yeah, I think it should be good. Anyway, hi Ellen, hi Camelo. Hey, John. John Doe. That doesn't seem like a suspicious name at all, Jono. That checks out.
Hey, Mum.
Hey, Ninja Chicken. Twitch Gang Superior. Yes, we are also live on Twitch. If you're someone who wants to watch on Twitch, go to Thermaltake ANZ on Twitch if you're more of a Twitch person. But here we are. TT RGB software 2.0, when will it be available for download? We aren't covering the TT RGB software, sadly.
Yeah, we don't have the finer details on its release. All I can say is it's being worked on, and it is much better than the original.
I can't wait for you guys to get to use it.
That's as far as we go.
So good. So good.
I'm not sure what's going
on. Hey, Daniel. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Hey, YJ. Hi, where's my TTT? Hey, we are rocking some TTTs. We'll have to get some TTTs for you guys. We love our TTTs.
Yes.
We
I
love
don't know
you,
if these
Emily.
will go online or anything like that. Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows? All right. Well, I guess we've had a little bit of a meet and greet. So, So I guess we'll jump right into it now.
Yeah. I guess we don't want to keep people
won't
waiting.
Keep you waiting.
So let's crack into it. Hello. Welcome to the 2021 Thermaltake Expo. Normally we would do this kind of thing at Computex, but for obvious reasons, that cannot happen this year. So instead, we are bringing the convention to you guys via these streams. I'll be one of your hosts. My name is Jono, and I am joined by...
I am Sarah.
And welcome to our segment of the Expo titled Product Discussions. Now, provided if you've already watched, or if you haven't already seen, we actually had our CEO, Kenny, do a keynote earlier today. So I think we might pop that in the chat below.
Hopefully you are seeing it in the chat below. We did try and put it there. Hopefully you can see it. And go check that out as well.
Yeah, it might be in the description, the chat thing, whatever it is. But today, Sarah and I are going to discuss some of our gorgeous new cases. As well as some of our new coolers. And to be honest with you, I'm very excited about sharing that stuff with you.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree. But before we launch into that, though, we do have to introduce the third part of the stream. Yes, there is a secret third part of the stream lurking in the shadows, and that is our PC builder, Nick. Say hi, Nick.
Hey, everybody.
He's so excited to be here.
We paid
Everyone say hi to Nick. Come on, we gotta say hi. Give Nick some hype. Look how hyped he is. Look at that hype face.
Nick is so tired right now.
No, Nick is very excited to be here. See everyone saying hi, Nick.
Oh, how nice of them.
That's so g'day, Nick.
Yes, and love for Nick
love
in the chat.
Love for Nick in the chat, because Nick's gonna do some building tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, well, a fun component that we have a part of our stream is our build. We're going to have, during our stream, Nick is going to build a PC.
Yes.
And I believe it's going to be dictated by you guys there at home.
That is right. So it's not one of those things where you sit back and watch as we build whatever we want. You get to vote on the case that we build in, the CPU that we use, the RAM, pretty much the whole thing. You design it. It's the stream PC.
And to make things even more exciting, you know, it's okay to watch a build go on live on stream.
Exactly.
But the really cool thing is you guys can win this entire PC.
That's right. We're going to be spamming the Gleam link periodically in the chat. And basically the PC that you guys vote on and design is something you could potentially win. There's going to be tons of ways to enter, including secret codes. We have 5 codes featured during our stream, so the product discussion streams that'll give you extra entries on top of the entries that are already there. And there's also going to be 5 more codes that you can pick up during the user experience streams that are actually coming up in the early hours of the morning here in Australia. So you can grab some extra entries.
Yeah, that's right. Something around like 6 a.m. or whatnot. So if you're an early riser, that might be something for you to jump on. Yeah, so make sure you keep an eye out for those extra codes because, and across these the stream today as well, they'll pop up. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you where they are, but if you keep a keen eye about you will spot them, and they have a whopping, I think, 10 entries per code. So they're pretty big.
They're
pretty
worth finding. Yeah, they really are. Amazing. Well, we will check back in with Nick a little bit later. But without further ado, we're going to jump into the first part of our stream today, which is going to be cases. Isn't that right, Jono?
That's correct.
Cases.
And we're going to kick things off with our new Divider 500 series. So let's check that out. Let's go.
Introducing the case that prides itself on its split design and practical functionality for optimal airflow without sacrificing any of the style. Of course, I'm talking about the Divider 500 series. Available in 2 color schemes, the classic all black or a sleek snow edition, the Divider 500 series has 2 variants. ARGB edition, or the newbie to the Divider lineup, the Air edition. Talking design, this chassis weighs in at 530mm high, 230mm wide, and 466mm deep, easily the heaviest hitter in our Divider series. As the name would suggest, our new Air edition variant is entirely constructed around the concept of superior airflow, opting for an aesthetic appeal that caters to both ventilation and the interests of the most hardcore Thermaltake enthusiasts. The front and top panel of the Air edition feature a TT logo pattern cutout for plenty of airflow to keep your components performing at their peak for longer. But if mesh isn't your style, then the 2 5mm thick tempered glass top and front panels of the ARGB edition will allow everyone to see your gorgeous hardware from all angles. Here at the front, you'll also notice the 500 comes equipped with 3 hydraulic bearing 120mm ARGB front fans, which effectively blow a noise, enhance thermal efficiency, and look effortlessly gorgeous while doing so. As much like its brethren in the Divider 300 series, the 500 also has a side panel made up of half glass, half steel, perfect for showing off all your fancy parts. But let me assure you that this design isn't just for good looks, as it also allows for airflow and ventilation. And if that wasn't enough for you, each Divider 500 comes with an additional left and right side panel included to change up the look or functionality of your build, giving yourself free rein to completely customize and personalize. So you can swap out the front steel panel for an additional glass panel, or the rear glass panel can be swapped for a steel panel with a mesh design for those side-mounted radiator setups. It's totally up to you. So if you're a fan of our cases and are looking for a chassis that's efficient and practical while still leaving plenty of room for oohs and ahs, look no further than our new Divider 500 series.
All right, I think we're back.
Welcome back, everybody.
I feel like a news presenter if
I know. Welcome back to the news report.
Well, that was the Divider 500 series, and I'd love to know what you guys think about that. I don't think it was any surprise it was going to come out. I think you would have seen it earlier today, but otherwise it was led to via the Divider 300 series anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you have any questions, that's what this whole stream is about. To unveil new products to you, or not, I guess if you haven't seen them for the first time, they're obviously going to be unveiled. But if you've already watched the stream, it's no surprise. But we will be able to talk about them more in depth.
Yeah. So if there's anything you wanted to discuss, or if you wanted us to pull off a panel and have a look, this is the time.
Yeah, to be honest with you, if you do want to take a closer look, I can get up and we can take apart these panels, I guess.
Ninja Chicken asked, I have a question. Can I have one? Well, Ninja Chicken, you could vote for this case if you like, because this is one of the cases you can vote for. So I guess we'll just talk a little bit about the Divider 500, and if any questions come to you guys or anything you want to talk about further, then let us know. So
I do have the spec sheet on me if you guys get into some more detailed questions. But if I skim over the top of it, I guess the Divider 500 series comes in 2 variants. So you have the Air version, which is what you're seeing here on screen. This front panel. And it's pretty easy to tell it's the Air version. I mean, the front and the top panels are mesh and the mesh pattern. But they also have the standard TG edition, which does come with 3 included ARGB fans. So they come in either black or snow editions, and the snow or the white edition is actually like a pure white, not like an off kind of yellow that you can kind of find on cases these days. So
it's very
cool.
It's very color like accurate, which is nice. I did see. So Pablo said the white case with the white power supply, it looks awesome.
Keen eye there.
Well done, Pablo. Well, you'll have to pop back in tomorrow and we'll talk a little bit more about little bit more about that
the
power
snow edition
supply.
stuff, but that's a keen eye.
Yeah. Ghost of M said it seems like a better focus on airflow with the front panel options on this one. Yeah, so the coolest thing about the Divider 500 is you can mix and match, which I think is really, really cool. Like you can, so with the splits at the front, for example, you can see the top and the bottom divide on this side actually has the 2 glass, whereas a 300 you'll notice it doesn't have the 2 glass, it has the steel and the glass. So with the 500 you can really mix and match the panels, which is awesome. So if you want just the full tempered glass, you can. If you want the half cut steel, you can. Similar on the back, you can have glass on the back, or you can cover it up. Like right now it has just an airflow for the back. So I love that with the 500 you have a huge amount of options for what kind of panels you want, which I think is just great. Like I love that it has that option. And then the air version with you've got like these the mesh at the top,
it's mesh
on the front, and I think it's great. It's such a really lovely case. I adore it. I think it's so nice.
You'd be right on the money to say it is definitely focused towards airflow.
Yes, this version is 100%.
Obviously we released the Divider 300 first, and that until now only came in the one edition, which was Divider 300 or the TG ARGB edition. But there was no focus, I guess, on airflow. That was more of an aesthetics first. It was
case. An aesthetics case.
But is there more questions to dive into?
Yeah, so Pablo was asking if there's an air filter behind the front panel, and yes, there is. I don't know if I can take it off from this angle.
Do you want to try and rip it off? We might knock the mics or something. So apologies.
So. Come on.
It might go flying too.
It's all right, I got it. It's fine.
I'll grab that.
So as you can see right here, there is this lovely right behind here, and it's awesome. I don't know if you can hear me that well, but I love this because I have the hardest time putting these back on. I don't know why, but this one, I don't know what's wrong with me, but this one snaps on so well, and this has the 300. I love that I just said that I couldn't do these, and now I can't do these, but I promise I normally can. Yeah, it just snaps on, so it's really cool. And the 300 has this as well, and it's easy, you can't tell. It's so nice that when I first opened the 300 for the first time, I didn't even realize it had this. Like it looks so seamless. So yes, you got the front dust filter here. There's one on the bottom. There's one here on the back. I don't think there's one on the top though.
No.
But yeah, so you got a nice amount of dust filters, which is good.
Yeah, and they're easy type to throw underneath the tap if you need to wash them.
Yeah, because it's removable. Exactly. I did see one just then, and it's gone. The gaming stuff asked, the option panels are bundled with the case. Yeah, so for the 500, the different tap-in panels are included. But if you buy, you do have to get. So there's the TG ARGB version that won't have these mesh. There's the Air version that does. So that's the only thing that you'll have to choose.
Yeah, so basically it's kind of dependent on what you want for the front and top panels.
Yes.
But both variants of the case will come with the interchangeable side panels, like Sarah was saying. So this one we've got the configuration as, because it's the Air version and there's mesh at the front. This is the 2 glass panels on the side.
Yeah.
However, you can, if you want to, instead of having glass, you can have the steel with the ventilation still. So it kind of just depends on what you want to do. But personally, if I've gone the Air version, then I'm not too worried about airflow, bringing air in from the front, exhausting it up the top, and still having a cool looking side panel. Yeah.
Ghost of M asked, will the 300 be updated to also include a version with an airflow front panel? Well, Ghost of M, it's convenient that you ask that. Just wait a few more minutes and you will find out the answer. Good evening, Centurion. Thanks for coming in. Saith asked, how is the case of cable management? Jono?
The cable management at the back is actually, there's a lot
good.
of space back there.
Yeah, which is always nice.
The thing to note as well is it's, I guess, not really a entry-level case. It's kind of mid-level. So along with that, you have, features that are typical of those cases in that price category.
That's it.
So, ample space on the back. I don't know, we could show you the space or something. I have managed to stuff all the cables in the back though.
Yeah, maybe we don't expose Jono's cable management or
I don't know if I want to show you what I do
lack of cable management. I saw another question here. I keep losing the questions. Quack asked, how does it go for cooling options? Can I do 2 radiators or just the one?
You could, if you really wanted to, you could run 2 rads in this.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to get the extra camera here to have a sus or something.
Special extra camera.
I'll turn this on the side.
Yeah.
Now, I guess we can't really lower the tripod, so you won't be able to see.
Just,
I could probably tilt
just live
it.
your
But
best life.
up the top there's the space for the 240.
Yeah.
And so it's got a recess for the radiator. So you can chuck the radiator on top of the mount, and then you can have the fans on the bottom, which is what we've done here. So that allows for clearance for motherboards with pretty high heat sinks, or if you've got really tall and long RAM, then that's something that could work too. But you've also got space at the front for even a 360 rad. So
yeah,
completely up to you. If you wanted to go that route, you totally could. Yeah.
Cool. How many? Merrick asked how many fans does the case come with? As I noticed, there's no back exhaust fan.
Yeah. So the TG edition comes with 3 ARGB fans.
Yep.
I'm just going to look at my phone here to just make sure I'm correct, okay?
Yes, so the TG ARGB comes with the 3 at the front, and then it looks like the DG Air/Snow comes with 2 standard pre-installed 120mm fans. Currently, which seems weird.
Yeah, I don't think that's correct. So the Divider 300, the Divider 500 TG comes with the 3.
Yeah.
And I believe the Air Edition just comes with the 1 exhaust fan.
Yeah. Cool. Oh my gosh, sorry. Lovely. It's still quite spacious. Yeah, you're right. This one is. I love the 500. I think it's each divider case I see, I'm like, oh, I love this one the most. Oh, I love this one the most. And they keep alternating between them because I just can't pick one. They're all so nice in their own ways. Wonderful. Well, I think that's kind of all the questions. So I think if that's everything, obviously you guys can still ask us things throughout the night. It's live, so if you're like, oh hey, I forgot to ask, that's fine. But yeah, just let us know. But I think we might move on from the 500. But like I said, any more questions, feel free to ask. But yeah. Well,
yeah, you mentioned something about the Divider 300 and if it's going to get an update.
Yes.
Well, actually, the new Divider 300 Air Edition is what's up next. So let's take a look at that.
Welcome back from the Divider 300 Air Edition. Yes, it was cooled. It was cooled earlier. Yes, 300 edition of the Divider now has an Air Edition.
Yeah, it's really cool. So it's not an add-on, so it's not something that you can just buy as a spare part. I don't think yet. Who knows, that might change in the future. But it is a new edition. So the Divider 300 Air Edition comes in, obviously black, all this awesome snow. We have shown the snow of the 500 and now the 300 just because it kind of stands out on stream. So,
yeah.
But there are black versions of the case if that's your style.
That's more, that's it. And thank you, Pablo. Yeah, the Air of the 500 does come with two 12cm fans, as we were discussing. Cool. But yeah, so does anybody wanted to chat at all about the 300? We kind of already went through a little bit about the front, mesh panels. I personally love the little T's. I don't know if we want to get in nice and close and show off the little T's in full detail. But I think they're so cute. I've never seen a case utilize a letter for mesh.
I guess not.
I just think it's great. Just the cute little T's. You gotta love them. But yeah, do you have anything you want to chat about there?
I guess like you might be wondering what the difference between the 500 and the 300 is.
That is true.
You know, besides the name, obviously. So the 500 is actually a tad bit bigger than this. So the Divider 300 is a little bit more compact.
Yes.
And the versions don't come with the interchangeable side panels. So you do need to really just base it off on if you want the Air version or not in terms of the front panel. Now with the 300, also it doesn't have the top mesh panel. No. That's something else to note.
Just flat with the exhaust or the airflow here at the back.
Yeah, but I do think the 300, you can get it in TG ARGB with the 3 fans if that's the thing you want to go with. RGB is your thing.
Yep. Otherwise, you've got this awesome other alternative. The gaming stuff asked, I'm curious about the side panel vent. So the panel is concave. Yes, it is. Yeah. It's so hard to notice that it is, but yeah. So there's actually like, you can kind of see quite well from this camera here, actually. I know Jono wants to point to the section.
Can you see it? On the main
let's spin it right around, baby, right round. There we go.
It kind of looks like the panel is like, depending on which way you look at it, it can kind of look like it's dented. It's not. So it's like a small, I guess, concave pattern in there, which allows for the vent.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's really cool, and they sit together really, really well. I remember when I was first like looking at the 300 and kind of pulling it apart and seeing how it worked, and yeah, it was kind of hard to notice that from sort of images I'd seen. But yeah, the little insert there for the extra airflow on the little in the gap between the two is great and works really, really well. So yeah, so that's kind of how that works. Rockwell says the detail of the TT logo is awesome. It is. It is cool. So nice. I just expected it to have like just the little circles, but no, we went all out, and I love that. I love that.
Well, I love it more. A lot of people do ask, why don't we just chuck the normal, the new TT logo on the front of cases? Well, we did, like 6,000 times.
Yeah, we did. We went above and beyond. Yeah. You guys wanted the new TT logo on the cases, so we did it. You can't complain now. Amazing. Hey, is it Regimon Matthew? Hi, how are you? Welcome in. Lovely. It looks dented on this angle. That's a smart idea. Yeah, right? Absolutely. From lots of images, it's hard to see, but yes, it is indeed. It has a little bit of a curve.
It's not dented.
Not dented as in like punched and like dented, but it does have a slight little bend there, which gives you that little airflow slot, which is nice. Amazing. Well, we're glad you guys are enjoying the 300. Amazing. So lastly, we do have the third of the divider cases. This is what I mean. This is why I have a hard time choosing between the divider cases, because each one is just more gorgeous than the last one. We do have another divider case to show off to you, but this one we don't have a fancy video for. But we do have a fancy build for, which Jono's just going to do some flexing as he like moves some cases around, which is great. And I'm just gonna, sit here and talk to you guys. Hi, how are you? I'm Sarah. And Noel said, Thermaltake really said branding. That's right.
Thank you.
Don't you forget it, Noel. James said, inner feature, any new full tower cases? Not full tower per se, but relatively large, you could say.
Yeah, I guess.
Which keep an eye out for, James.
It depends which way you look at us. You would know that as Thermaltake, we're kind of known for our large cases.
Yes.
And so we may push the boundaries of what you would consider a mid-sized ATX.
Exactly.
So if you stay tuned, we've got something pretty cool coming up.
Just wait, we've got something just for you. Alex PC Tech said, looks like little birdies punched a hole in the case, like the ones from Spirited Away. Okay, I mean, look, Alex, I enjoy the narrative. I think, you've really got a creative spirit there, and I respect that. Daniel said big flex energy in regards to your PC moving around.
Big flex energy.
Big flex energy from Jono. Anyway, back on topic. This is the Divider 200. This is the small boy. Well, he's not really that small, is he?
I guess not. So he's not ITX, it's MATX.
Yes.
So this is the Divider 200. It's currently still, I guess, a prototype. It's not a finalized version, this case that we have right here. But along with everything else in the Divider series, there is, I guess, split panels or split panel design.
Yeah, boy.
So if you're looking at this, you would probably think it resembles the Level 20 VT. I think that's the closest thing we would have to it. Or if you go back further, you got, the V21 and stuff like that.
Throwbacks.
So yeah, I guess this is an updated version. If you'd like to go that route, it does have support for 20 centimeter fans or 200 millimeter fans. I don't know what that is in Freedom units, but
I'm sure our
Big
Freedom
fans.
friends in chat can sort it out.
Yeah.
I believe in them.
yeah, but I guess like the cool thing about this one, I think the standout feature is the top panel.
Yes,
which,
so
we've
we've
got the handheld
We're
cam.
going to sneakily show you. Jono's gonna rip off that top panel, aren't you, Jono?
Oh,
You're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
flex on us again.
I'm gonna try and not like fling it off.
You can do it. I believe in you.
You know when you don't
Oh,
have confidence.
I like how far we've zoomed in so close as well. So I really wanted to make sure you guys could see from the top down because this case is so pretty. Like the top angle is just so gorgeous. So when you look down, the motherboard sits horizontally in there, and it is just so pretty. And I just wanted to show you guys. So you're welcome. That was my idea.
Yeah, well, I just moved the mic, so I apologize if you just heard a whole bunch of ruffling over Sarah talking.
Flicks.
My bad. Yeah, this preserves that horizontal motherboard placement, as Sarah was saying. That comes across from our other cube chassis. It's pretty typical for us to do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it, a proper sandwich layout.
No.
But like that's what you could compare it to.
Yep.
It does have ample space for 240. I'm not entirely sure if they've added support for 280 yet.
Yeah.
That might be something we'd have to get back to you on. But yeah, I guess you haven't seen the backside. So the front has the tempered glass panel there.
Yep. As you can see.
Along with, the split panel design here. But on the back, let's see if we can.
I'm spinning around.
We're going off script.
Oh, we're going off script, and that's always dangerous, especially for a live stream. I saw something. Miko said it's like a Tower 100, but in horizontal mode.
Yeah, and squished.
And squished, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Question from someone whose name, I'm sorry, I cannot say as I do not speak that language, but why is the front set to 120 millimeters and not 200? We just felt like it.
Yeah.
We didn't really...
We'll go with that answer, and not that we didn't have one at
in
short
stock.
notice.
But we also just felt like it. Just showing you that you can if you want. Daniel says, it looks awesome and chonk. Thank you, Daniel. It is pretty chonk, but in a good way, like a good chonk. James said, being honest with you guys, you have cool cases. Thanks, James. You're cool too.
I like that.
Pablo asked, how's the thermal performance with this one? I suppose we can't really answer that yet. It is still a prototype, so I feel like we can't.
Yeah, well, we haven't really done, like, personally, and us too, we haven't really done any tests yet.
But even so, it might change.
Yeah,
So.
I'm not entirely sure on that
Yeah.
front, and I do apologize to not be able to give you a good response.
Joe did not do his homework.
No, I didn't test these. Or
The
this
dog
one.
ate your homework. Was that what it is?
Yeah, we'll
Cat.
go with that. We'll go with that.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Any air version for the Divider 200?
Not
think
that we
yet.
can talk about and confirm yet. As whatever that alludes to. Yeah. So, but in regards to the airflow thing, like I said, we can't really comment on like how good it is, but we can talk about where there is ventilation.
Yes.
And so where you place the rad for an all-in-one cooler, or if you go custom cooling, there is the ventilation panel there. So the glass side isn't the side that will have your CPU cooling side
Exactly.
of things. It's actually where your GPU is, but your GPU is spaced pretty...
It's a bit...
Yeah, it's not right up against the glass
No,
or anything
no.
like that. Obviously
at all.
it's a bad thing to do if you have horizontally placed cards. There's ample ventilation through the back there for the graphics cards. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of space in there. It doesn't look like it, but trust us, it's chunk.
Yeah.
We promise.
Also, feel free, just randomly, if we do talk a little too quick
Oh, yeah,
and
tell
you
us,
can't catch up
yeah.
with our accent,
Yeah,
feel
true.
free to ask us to slow down
Just
or
slow
to
down,
say things
please.
again. You want to make sure that you guys can catch that.
Absolutely. Hey, Tio. Hi from Greece. Hi from Australia.
Yo.
Yo. All right, wonderful. So that's all about the tower. Tower?
The Divider
The
200.
Divider 200.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to check out the latest in our core series, the Core P6. This one's for you, James.
If you looked at our Core P8 and thought to yourself, I love this case, but it's just too big of a boy for my setup space, then you're going to love our next case. Meet the Thermaltake Core P6, the sleek, stunning little brother to last year's full tower Core P8. The Core P6 is 56.5 centimeters high, 24.8 centimeters deep, and 53 centimeters long. It can support up to an ATX size motherboard, as well as coming in a black or snow edition to suit whatever color scheme you want to go with. The Core P6 comes with 3 tempered glass panels on the front, left, and top. All of these are removable though, providing you with 2 different configurations. This makes the Core P6 almost like 2 cases in one. The side panel features 4 super easy to remove screws, so the panel simply lifts off. Just because this is a compact version of the Core P8 doesn't mean you can't fit a whole bunch of hardware inside. You can mount up to a 360mm radiator at the front or top, as well as even a distro plate along the front, top, or on the motherboard side panel. So yes, water cooling is still most definitely an option in the Core P6. It wouldn't be a Core series case from us if it didn't have the fabled wall mount options. Just like its predecessors, the Core P6 can either sit happily on your desk or be mounted to your wall, either to help with space or just look really cool. Finally, the Core P6 includes rotational PCIe slots and a special designed riser GPU support bracket with a power cover. This allows for simple and easy vertical GPU mounting, which is perfect for you water coolers out there. So if you want a gorgeous, show-stopping statement piece PC that has a plethora of features and hardware compatibility options, but just made a bit more compact, then this is most certainly the case for you. Whether it's a simple AAO build or a full-on custom loop, the Core P6 is ready to house your next build.
Wow. Yep.
Fancy.
Yeah, this is the Core P6. So, I'm totally. You probably
Please
can't
talk
hear me,
into the
actually.
microphone, John.
Is this loud enough? Is this better? I don't want to annoy the crap out of people, so you know. But anyway, the Core P6. It's actually quite a big boy that I've had to stand up.
Yes.
Yeah, the Core P6 is the smaller version of the Core P8.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, as weird as that sounds.
It is the smaller version of the Core P8.
Yeah. So the Core P8 is. It's a case that we know a lot of people enjoyed and really kind of look forward to, or looked forward to when it was released anyway. But we understand that it's quite a large case and it doesn't really fit a lot of desk setups because of its size. And we also noticed a lot of you watched the dream build of that case on the YouTube channels, which was really cool. People would ask for the part list over and over again, and I finally and eventually got around to it.
Like 6 months later?
Yeah, 6 months later.
Yeah, we got there.
But we thought, you know what? Let's come out with a Core P6. It's a little bit more approachable for the average human. Therefore, it still has the full capability of a. It's not exactly a full tower case, but it isn't a mid tower case. It's somewhere in between there, in that grey area.
Yes, that's very true. The chat seemed to really enjoy this case. It seems like you guys are a fan. We've got P6 looks amazing. The P6 is now my new favorite PC chassis. Thank you, Miko. We appreciate that. So hello from Guy with a difficult name. Hello again. I have a question. What is the different size Core P5 and Core P6? What is the difference between the Core P5 and the Core P6, Jono?
The Core P5, it's basically just an open chassis. But if you're, is he asking for size specific?
It just says what is the different size.
Maybe just cover all bases.
To be honest with you, it's actually kind of like the same size. However, it's got obviously the whole external shell to it.
Yes.
So the Core P5 is, I actually can't remember how old it is now, but it's
still
still kicking around. Yeah. So it does share elements of that. And that's what the Core P series is. And so you still see the metal struts in here. However, with the Core P6, it also has the external, I guess, case structure.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then you can I don't know if we really did in the video, but all these panels here, so this glass panel at the front, top panel, front panel, all removable. So if you want to have it more of an open frame kind of style, then that's an option. If you want to keep it closed off like this, that's an option. If you want to wall mount this guy, that's an option.
Yeah, if you've got a strong enough wall and mounts
Yep.
and you grab a nice big TV VESA compatible
Mount.
bracket,
Pop
you're good
that
to go.
boy on the wall. It's like a feature wall right there, which is pretty cool. This is just a very show-stopping, just like gorgeous case. And I think the B-roll, the video you just saw, really showed how nice this case is.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a couple of cases in one. It kind of depends on which way you want to go about it.
Yeah.
And that is, I guess, the Core P series anyway, at its core.
Just the core.
I'll leave soon, I promise. But basically, as Sarah said, so if you want to hang it up on the wall, strong enough wall, all that jazz, you can remove the feet.
Yes.
Because obviously
bottom.
that doesn't make any sense to have feet on a wall hung case.
Yes.
However, you can leave the case the feet on if you wanted to have it freestanding. You can remove the glass panels if you don't want that sort of thing. If you just want the bare shell, that's probably
Mix
something
and match.
that you can do if you really want to.
That's right.
Yeah.
Amazing. Daniel asked, what's the estimated release date for the P6? The thing I have in front of me says end of July 2021. So whether that means in your region, Daniel, it'll be out at that time, I do not know. You will have to check with your region.
Yeah,
so if that's us, just ask me on Twitter and I'll answer for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Or on YouTube. But yeah, so there's that one. I can answer that easily for you. Sebastian, hi from Germany. Hi from Australia, Sebastian. Welcome in. What is the weight difference between the Core P8 and the Core P6? Well, Jono, now you've lifted both. I have not lifted either because I am too scared. What do you think, Jono? Which one made you sweat more?
The Core P8 definitely.
Yeah.
Even as an empty case, that is a thick boy.
It is.
It is quite hefty, the Core P8. And then generally you would go custom liquid cooling.
In that as well,
in that sort of case. And that gets really crazy heavy too. So Core P6 is much more favorable for your back.
Yes.
If you're going to be lifting stuff or lifting the case back and forth between places,
you
I don't
move
know.
house every 2 months.
Yeah,
maybe don't do the P8.
The Core P6.
P6
but it is
definitely more of your option.
I don't know the exact specs in terms of like the exact kilograms or whatever, but it's very easy to distinguish the two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Cool. I think that might be it. Alex PC Tech now wants to mount their water cooling. So good luck with that. Feel free to send us a picture on our Discord or on Twitter. We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Miko says, I like the feet of this chassis. It looks like it's floating. It does.
Yeah.
You're so right. It really does. The bottom of this case is really cool. It's just a very, very... M. Habib asked, do you guys know the code number 2? Do we know code number 2, Jono? Do we know code number 2? We might.
I'm legitimately trying to think.
Jono's just forgotten code number 2.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I guess maybe it's time to, last but not least, check out our gorgeous new paint job we've got for the Tower 100 cases. You reckon that'll be a good idea?
Yeah, let's go check that one out.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Wow, we're caught out.
We both tried to welcome you all back.
Yeah.
Double welcome back. Because there you go. There is our Tower 100 in the turquoise.
Yeah, I've got to remember how to say turquoise because I'm totally going to get it wrong.
Turquoise.
But yeah, I guess your mod, your way is the motto for us this year.
Yep.
And what that alludes to is going all out when it comes to color schemes as well.
Yep.
So a cool thing that we're going to be doing is bringing out special edition colors. And one of the first cases to get that treatment is the Tower 100.
Ta-da!
So we do have 3 different color variations of this case. We have the turquoise blue that you do see here. We have a gold.
Yep.
And we have a racing green. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have those other two on hand to show you or to see ourselves.
But you can see them in this morning in the product showcase.
That's correct. So if you did hang around or you did see that, then you'd be able to check out what they look like. Otherwise, later on, if you catch the other stream.
Yep, following stream from us at 6 a.m. if you want to stay up. I think you see the green one, the gold one. Green one.
No, the green one. The racing green.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice green. Wonderful. So, Daniel wanted to find out what the code 1 was. Well, the amazing thing about YouTube is you can actually rewatch these afterwards. So if you miss them, just go back.
Yeah, that's a thing. I guess to give you more context, give you a little bit more information. This competition is going on for a little bit after the stream.
It is, yes. So you got lots of time. If you missed the code, don't worry. Go back. We can rewatch it and you can find the code. Pablo said popcorn machine. Yes, we love our little popcorn machine. Yeah. So cute. Miko says the Tower 100 hat now has so many colors to choose from. I like it. Yes, we do too. I love that we can, you can now really customize these to suit you. And if you've got a nice color scheme in your room and this is going to match, then it's perfect. It's great.
Yeah. So, I mean, personally, I love the color scheme that we've got going on here. The purple, the teal, and the turquoise blue.
Yes, the turquoise blue.
Yeah.
That's a cute. Rockwell said that's a cute case. Is that Hatsune Miku special edition, mate?
Ew, do we have that?
I wish.
Yeah.
that would be amazing. Let's get a Tower 100 Hatsune Miku edition.
You know what? To be honest, if you guys handed us enough.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's something that could happen.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Red is best. Oh, hey, Justin.
Oh. Hey, man.
It's Justin. Hello.
We need the Nick tear cam.
Nick tear cam. Cut to Nick crying. Red is beast, that's for sure. Free pack of popcorn for any Tower 100 purchased.
Is that something we can do?
That would be great.
Who can we team up with? Who would we team up with?
Who could we team up with? Yeah.
Best popcorn
Let's
makers.
do like a popcorn deal. That would be great. SFX power supply. No, Pablo. You can actually run a normie power supply in this, can't you, Joe?
Yeah. A normie
power supply.
Yeah, if you're asking if we have SFX, we do.
We do. But
if you're asking if you have to run one in this case, the answer, like
no.
Sarah said, is no. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does have, you can run full ATX-sized power supply. Sorry.
Yeah.
So if you already have like a mid tower or a full tower,
you can transfer into this super easy. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff, which is awesome.
But you can, if your SFX power supply has an ATX bracket, you can chuck it in there, and the extra space is not a bad thing. So
yeah. The inside, Ashish says the inside looks cool. It does look cool.
Thanks,
yes, this we love this. We love this little build that we've put together. So nice. Turbo user asked, any update on Nick? Well, Turbo user, just wait a few minutes and we will be back with our friend Nick, who's been lurking over there.
Yeah.
Does this case support 240mm air water cooling, or is it just 120?
It's just 120. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's a small long boy. So there's not really anywhere you could really, maybe along the side, but yeah, it's kind of how it works. Miko says, I love the color of the racing green of the Tower 100. Is that a matte or a glossy finish? Is it a matte? It's that's a good question. Do you think it's more matte or glossy?
If you're asking about the racing green one,
I think this one.
I think that's matte, but this is also matte too.
Yeah.
This is like it's definitely not a fingerprint magnet type of glossy paint.
No. But that being said, I do think it is a little bit more. Like, it's definitely a greeny blue. I feel like on camera it does look a bit more like blue. It is most definitely a greeny blue.
Yeah.
Turquoise power supply too. Johnny, that would be a great idea. We could go full turquoise. Let's match it all.
Yeah, double down on that.
Ghost of M said, I think I had a Mandela effect moment. How is pink not already an option for the Tower 100? Oof. That's a good question, Ghost of M.
It's a solid
we do
point.
have pink in the T200 though. We got pink there for you.
Yeah.
It's like a cyan for me. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, it definitely leans. It has that greeny blue. It's greenier than I thought it was, but it's a very pretty color. Amazing. Well, if that about rounds up the discussion for the Tower 100 turquoise. I think we can wrap it up in terms of cases now. That's our cases.
Yeah. So I guess with that though, we need to jump into the first part of voting.
It's voting time. Yeah. So all of you need to wake up if you've been lurking or falling asleep. It's wake up time because now you guys need to come to the party and help us out. So, Nick, are you awake?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So it is time now for everyone to vote. So what are the two options they have to choose from, Jono?
Yeah, so basically we're voting on case now. Right? This is going to dictate a lot of the other options you have when it comes to hardware. But you have the option out of the Divider 500.
Yeah, which we saw first.
Yeah, so you've got the Divider 500 or the Tower 100 Turquoise Edition. So the one you've just seen.
And if you do pick this, Nick will cry.
Yeah, so jump in the chat. Press or enter one, I guess.
If you want the Divider 500, or 2 if you want the Tower 100 Turquoise.
Yeah, if you want the small boy, then
or the bigger boy,
then drop number 2. And,
with the Divider 500, you do have 2 color options, black or white. But with this one, you just have turquoise. Yeah. So there you go. So let's see in the chat. Come on, 1s or 2s, Divider 500 or Tower 100. Let's see. We've got a couple 1s. Ooh, a couple 2s coming in there. Another 1. We've got Divider 500 Air. That is indeed
someone's gone direct.
And good on you, YJKT. You know, you didn't want us to get confused, and I respect that. If you want 1s, Justin wants some juicy Nick tears. He's trying to get you to take this apart. It's looking like it's looking like 1. I think it's 1.
Oh, it's 1.
I think it's 1. There's some 2s, but it's looking like some more 1s than 2s. So I am going to call it. We're calling it, everybody. We're going for 1.
Divider.
1. All right, we're going 1. 1 has been victorious.
Awesome.
So the Divider 500. But the question is, do we want white or black?
Yeah, that's another question. So chuck that down below, the answer to that.
They can just write white or black, I think. I believe in you guys. Just.
I'm honestly surprised, to be honest. I actually thought the turquoise would be the clear winner, and then Nick would have to strip this.
And then we would have to watch for 2 hours while Nick slowly strips the case. We'd all just leave and be like, bye, Nick. We'll see you tomorrow.
You know what? You're not wrong. The amount of zip ties in that thing is like pretty heavy.
Yeah,
I guess we should have mentioned, but Nick has built all of the PCs that you do see.
Black, please.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Black case it is, Nick.
Really?
There you go. So it's already chilling on over there for you. So Nick's going to go grab the case.
That makes my life a lot easier. I don't have to pull anything apart.
Overwhelming number of people who wanted the black case.
That's awesome.
Usually our white cases tend to be a lot more popular, so I'm appreciating.
Well, I guess
this.
nobody's seen the black version.
That is true. So here you go. Here it is.
Makes sense.
It is the Air Edition. I tried to find the panel to ask if you wanted the non-Air Edition, but I couldn't find it. So Air Edition it is.
Do you want to chuck the cam over to Nick?
Let's say hi to Nick. Nick, say hi to everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello
Here's
again.
Nick. He's going to start opening the case and getting it ready to build in.
Sure.
Which is pretty exciting. So while he does that, though, we're going to need you guys' help again for the second vote of the evening. We need you guys to help us decide whether you want Nick to build with an AMD CPU or an Intel CPU, which will, of course, determine whether he's going to use what motherboard he's going to use as well. So if we could get some 1s in the chat for AMD and some 2s in the chat for Intel. We're not going to tell you exactly what CPU they are because we already have them. But do you want us to go down Team Red or Team Blue? Let's go, chat. 1 for AMD, 2 for Intel. Let's go. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? I feel like I've become an auctioneer. And I see a 1 in the chat. 1 in the chat. Do I have any 2s? 2s. Do I have any 2s in the chat?
Yeah, so I don't think I'm not entirely sure
if
if we said it already, but we're not telling you obviously what model of CPU we're going, whether you go AMD or Intel, until you pick which side. But know either way that it's going to be a great build for gamers.
It will be definitely a good gamer build. So you gamers out there are going to have a great time with this, I promise. So it's looking like there's quite a few ones. We've seen a few twos.
What was one?
One is AMD, two is Intel.
Ooh,
what are we
team
thinking?
red.
What are we thinking, team behind the cameras? Are we going one or two? It looks pretty even. One. We're going one.
Oofed.
Alrighty, that's Team Red is victorious in the CPU battle. Did you catch that, Nick?
Sure did.
Sure did. So Nick will get to work installing the, or dismantling the case so we can work in it, and then popping in the motherboard and the CPU, and hopefully he can get to that by the time we come to the next vote. So no pressure, Nick.
You have a lot of faith in me.
I mean, you've worked under pressure before. I believe in you. You can do it.
We'll see.
I have faith.
I don't.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to leave Nick to his building. We'll probably check back on him soon. We might be able to pop him on. Yeah, there he is. He's down there. Look at him.
The Nick Cam.
The Nick Cam. All right. So, Jono, is it time to jump to cooling?
It is. You're probably like, why is the Core P6 back here? Well,
you're about to find out.
Yeah, after this video.
Boom.
Keeping your CPU nice and cool is akin to breathing for us humans. If you don't, things don't tend to fare too well for very long. So why risk your precious CPU when something as efficient, quiet, and gorgeous as our Thermaltake Toughliquid Ultra exists? This AIO utilizes our incredible Toughfan turbos, incorporating a second generation hydraulic bearing and utilizing liquid crystal polymer blades. This ensures peak cooling performance, but silent running. The Toughfan 12 turbos can reach all the way up to 2500 RPM, ensuring that no matter how hot your PC can run, the turbos will easily keep up. The Toughliquid Ultra features a high-performance copper base plate on the water block. This aids in accelerating heat conductivity. On top of this though, the water block features a highly reliable low-profile pump, ensuring faster liquid circulation through the loop. But even more than that, the Toughliquid Ultra's water block has another fancy feature, a display screen. This built-in 21-inch LCD display screen comes with a variety of inbuilt display options. This can all easily be adjusted via our brand new TT ARGB Plus 2.0 software. The Toughliquid Ultra also features rubber-sleeved low evaporation tubing. This helps decrease the loss of coolant and gives the tubing a sleek premium look. Additionally, the AIO includes a high-efficiency radiator made with aluminium construction. Finally, the Toughliquid Ultra supports both Intel and AMD sockets with a simple adapter sliding over the water block to switch it over. With the Toughliquid Ultra, your CPU will be kept nice and cool thanks to our reliable, incredibly efficient Toughfans, and not to mention look amazing too with the additional inclusion of the LCD screen. Looking cool while staying cool, the Toughliquid Ultra has got you covered on both counts.
Here we go, we're back.
We're back. Welcome back, everyone.
Yeah, so what you what you just watched is our Toughliquid Ultra mini first look, I guess. So that was on our new cooler, our all-in-one cooler that's focused a little bit more towards performance with the included Toughfans. Toughfan turbos though, so they are a slightly different addition to the original Toughfans that we bought out. They go up to 2,500 RPM, so they are pretty quick.
Yeah, you love our Toughfans, don't you,
I do.
Jono?
I
You're
actually,
a big fan.
yeah,
No
I
pun
love
intended.
them. No. Oh.
Hey, that's the second pun we've made tonight.
Feel bad.
Oh
man.
no,
Feel
we're
bad.
so sorry.
Yeah, so the Toughfan, I love them because there's no RGB, and it's just, you know, it's a pretty easy color scheme to work with. It's grey, grey and black.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, it goes with everything. That's the
Yeah.
best thing about this color.
So I guess there's two big components to the Toughliquid. You've got the inclusion of turbo or Toughfan turbos, but you've also got, I guess, you know, the elephant in the room, the new water block with an LED screen.
which is stunning. I love the, that was like one of the first things I was like, I need to play around with this and I need to see what this does. And it's great. It can show all sorts of things like your CPU temperature, like all sorts of other things. You can also you can have like, you can add your own custom GIFs as well.
Yeah, so GIFs or JPEGs as well.
Yeah, I immediately put on a GIF of a cat, of course.
Yeah.
Which was great. But yeah, so I think it's really, really great. So right now, what you might be able to see is this is on the Flow RC, which is the other new cooler we have to talk about. So that has how would you best describe the Flow RC?
Well, you know what? Maybe I need to turn on this bad boy. Where's the on button over there? Can you press that for me, Sarah?
Light it up, everybody.
So it'd probably be easier to show you guys while talking about it. But the Flow RC is, well, the RC Ultra anyway, is our new addition to the original Flow RC, which we combined cooling for RAM and your CPU in the one closed loop system. And so that was the original Flow RC.
Yep.
The Flow RC Ultra continues that with the addition of 2 LCD screens.
That's right.
You have one on the CPU water block and one on the RAM water block.
Yep.
Yeah.
As well as the Tough fans as well, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they're both really cool. I really, really love the Ultras. I think, it's so nice we finally have a LCD screen on the water blocks. I just think they look so nice. They're very effective. As you could see in the video, they're just, like, so gorgeous when they're all on. And you can see right now, like, it just brings everything together. I always think having a nice water block is important. It's the center. It's the centerpiece.
Good water block.
You gotta have a good water block. It does. It's like the first thing you look at when you look at your PC, I think. And I just feel like, why not go all out?
Yeah, I mean, it ties really into the whole your mod, your way thing. So once again,
that's it.
Jumping into real customizable stuff, and I guess to go that route, where's the next step you go with all-in-one coolers? Other than RGB, well, you jump into customizable LED screens, right?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, so the cool thing about the Toughliquid Ultra and the Flow RC Ultra and the water block on them, as well as the RAM water block on the RC Ultra, you can program them to have like a startup animation.
Yeah, you can do so
have
many
a
things.
startup animation. You can have a standby screen animation.
It's incredible.
And you can have just your typical whatever you want it to display while you're, doing your thing on there.
Yeah,
while
exactly.
You're smashing people in Apex Legends.
That's right.
Whatever. Yeah.
It's really cool. So Totoro said, oof, that's nice. Time to upgrade my TT-AAO. This is a good one to go with, Totoro. Alana said, Nick Cam is off, but we see his reflection building. Can we actually see the reflection? We can't show Nick Cam because it'll get in the way of the screen, but you can see Nick in spirit through the reflection of the case. Daniel asked, can you customize the LCDs? Yes. The LCDs, yes, you definitely can. You can customize them to your heart's content.
Yeah,
basically.
You can chuck whatever you want on them. So if you're kind of savvy with your gift making, then you can put, like Sarah put the Vibe Cat on there.
Yep.
You can throw whatever you want on there.
And you can even just do simple stuff like changing the color. Like it has a sort of standard gray right now, but I was messing around with all the different colors you can have. You can have bright pink, and you can change all sorts of things. So it's really great. It works with our new software as well. So super easy to use. Super just like you just jump in and you just click and go. It's so good. So yeah, definitely customizable and a lot of fun to customize too. Looks extra amazing on a 1080p or 1440p resolution. Oh, well, up your resolution right now if you can. If you're watching on a low res, because it looks even prettier in high res. Imagine how pretty it looks in real life. Yes. Flow RC Ultra for the win. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, we really like the Flow RC, and the Flow RC Ultra is such a great addition to an already awesome product as well, which I think is really, really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's kind of it. Do you guys have any other questions at all about these products, about the two coolers we talked about? Anything else you'd like to chat to us about?
If there's anything from the cases before that we didn't answer, jump
pop
those
it in
or
right
pop
now.
those in the chat. We can answer those as well.
I can see.
Yeah, Sarah's got the tab out.
I got it. Cool is pretty. Thank you, Pluto.
Yeah, with the I think for me, I really like the Toughliquid.
Yes.
Now, obviously, you only are seeing the 360 models of both of these.
So
we do have 240s, and I believe 280s as well. However, we don't have those samples. So
yes, but they do exist.
But they do, exactly. So if that's, if 360 obviously only goes in big boy cases. So
exactly.
If you're more on the 240 side of things, we do have that. I don't believe we have 120s though, or 140s if you're on the Team 14 centimeter fans.
Yep.
But yeah, I really like the Toughliquid because you do really get the CPU water block with the customizable screen.
Yeah.
But I just like how compact it is.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see the Tough fans be included.
Yes,
they are
I agree.
A fantastic fan.
So amazing.
When it comes to noise and static pressure performance. So
yeah.
It's really cool. It's really exciting, actually.
Yeah. So we hope you guys love them as much as we do. Because we do we really love these products. Is it possible to zoom in on the front panel I/O for the P6, please, Ghost of M? Yeah, we can probably do that. If we can shift it around a
maybe
little.
I'll move it a bit.
We could definitely do that for you. It kind of reminds me of the front panel of is it the View 51? How it was on that kind of angle.
Yes.
But just straight, like not on the angle. It reminds me of that front I/O. What's the longest GIF I can run on it? I don't know.
I actually don't know about
if there is a
time limit.
Yeah.
About that. So
yeah, that's a good question.
That might be something I can experiment with, and if you hit us up on like Instagram DMs or something.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get back to you.
Find that out.
Yeah. Sunny asked, can it display in Fahrenheit instead? I'm absolutely certain that's probably potentially an option. Yes. Okay.
Confirmed.
Nick has just confirmed.
I would have looked
Sunny.
Absolutely like.
I was like, I'm sure it can because it can do lots of stuff. So there you go. Yes, it can. You're welcome, Ghost of M. Majora, can it run the entire B movie as a GIF? I will try. I will do that for you, Majora. I will have a look, and if it does, I'll let you know.
Can someone I don't know. I'd like to see that. That's great.
It has a USB Type C. Yes, it sure does. Okay, cool. There's an alarm outside. I'm not sure what that is.
Oh, something's going down.
I'm gonna watch a film on it. Cool. Alrighty. Well, if that's everything we got, then I think we're done cooler wise. I guess maybe it's time we check back in with the Nick and see how he's going. Nick, how's it going over there, bud?
Let's give Nick a
pretty good. Motherboard's installed, CPU's installed. Waiting on you guys to pick a cooler. I don't know what else you guys actually get to pick. It's kind of a mystery to me. I'm sure they told me, but I wasn't really paying that much attention.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm just going with the flow, really.
Yep.
Right.
Have you had a good time though?
I mean,
you loving your building? Yep.
I do like building, actually.
Everyone was like, "Oh, poor Nick, he's under pressure." I feel
Nick, I was just chilling here in the corner.
You're having a great time. Nick finished with time and everything.
Yeah,
That's
I'm fine.
What he does.
Don't worry about that.
All right, guys. Well, this is the time now for you to pick again. We're going to need you to help Nick to figure out what cooler he's going to install, and we're going to actually watch him install the cooler as well. So Nick can talk us through it. So you have two options for cooling your precious AMD CPU, and what are those options, Jono?
Well, you can either go air or liquid cooling, and because we've gone with the Divider 500 series case, you can either go our Toughair 310, or you can go with the really cool new Toughliquid
that we just showed off.
Yeah, Toughliquid Ultra 360 edition, obviously. So yeah, they're the two options. They both come with performance-orientated fans, with the Toughair being the slightly different version of the Tough fan. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's go with ones in the chat if you want air cooling, or twos in the chat if you want the Toughliquid. Let's see what you guys think. One's for the Toughair, two for the Toughliquid.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised how quick that all went in. I really wanted to just see you struggle, but it's not going to happen, I don't think.
Not happening today, Jono, sorry.
No.
Maybe with the cooler, who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
No,
I'm sure everyone wants to see it.
Both of those coolers are quite easy to install.
Do we have different installer thingies for the Toughliquid? Because didn't I pinch them?
You may have.
I did.
Oh, that's a spanner in the works.
I was just thinking of that. Do you have another option, Nick?
Me? No. Oh, this is all on you, buddy.
Oh, boy.
It's fine. I'm sure we'll find something.
Yeah. What do we got jumping down
right,
there?
What's looking? So looking pretty much two. So we might have to actually look at finding that a proper solution for that thing I just pointed out.
Oops.
Well, that sounds like a tomorrow Nick problem then.
No, it's fine. Just pull them off that boy.
All right, deal.
Liquid cooling is. Which one is more difficult to install? I
mean, they're both the same people's.
Nah, definitely the Toughliquid would be slightly more.
Yes, it's just a little bit more going on.
Yeah, but
So what are you gonna do, Nick?
This is up to the people's.
Oh yeah, well, so it's looking like Toughliquid.
2.
So what are we gonna do for the screws? What do you want to do?
I don't think I have any in my room downstairs, so
all right, Johnny, you got to pull them off that one
out of another system.
That's all right, we can do that. So are we building we jumping into the cooling component of that now?
Yeah, we're doing that now. So Nick's gonna build that now, but we're gonna have to quickly pull some some screws off of something else because we had to do some building earlier. So hey, but it's fine. We're just gonna chill here, watch Nick build, hang out. How are you all doing today? There is our Toughliquid. So Nick, what is the fastest time you have installed an all-in-one cooler?
An all-in-one, the fastest I've ever installed one?
Don't answer all at once.
Sarah, please. I'm an old man. It takes me a while to think. I don't know, probably about maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah, it's not that.
That's impressive, man.
I don't know. I've never really timed myself, actually, believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, let's say 5 minutes on average to install one. How's that?
Is the average. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not too bad.
It depends what size it is as well. If it's like, a 120 mil one, it takes significantly less time than a 360.
Yeah.
But yeah, about 5 minutes on average.
Okay. Do you have any, if someone is installing an AO for the first time, what would you say is like the best piece of advice you can give them?
Ooh.
Because they are quite overwhelming. There's a lot there. There's a lot happening.
Honestly, I would say just look at the manual and read the manual. The manual will tell you everything that you need to know. So spend a few minutes, look it over, read it over.
Yeah.
Make sure you know what you're actually doing, and then literally just follow the nice, pretty pictures that tell you how to install it. Because that's really about it.
Yep.
Yeah. In terms of that, I don't really have any tips or tricks to give them because it's literally made to be as simple as possible. So. That is true.
I'm trying to think of any tips that you've given me over the years. You do give me tips occasionally. Most of them are leave me alone.
That is
get
true.
out of my room. Leave me to my den. But here we are. Hey, Sonny, what region are you guys live streaming from? We are live streaming from Australia. The land of Australia.
Here you go. No problem.
Yeah, that's where we are. Where are you from, Sonny? Where is everyone? Actually, out of curiosity, where is everybody from? We're just chilling out at this point while we're watching Nick install. Once Nick installs this and we can see where he's at, we'll end the stream. But where is everyone at? I'm just curious. Are we mostly Australian here, or do we have a bit of a variety? What's going on? What's something we should never do? What is something we should never do when installing an AIO, Nick?
Never do? Never install your radiator below your pump. That's big one.
Oh, okay. So where is the pump for people at home?
All right. So for everyone who's ever actually dealt with an AIO before, so your pump is housed in this little dubawaki here. It's also,
is that the technical term?
It is the technical term, actually.
Great.
So this is also your CPU block. So it's a pump and a block combo in one. It'll mount on top of your CPU. So what happens is these little units will always have a very, very, very small amount of air in them, which usually collects up here in your end tank. So if this was installed on your CPU and that's installed in the front of your case, the air would collect up here. The issue is if you then have your radiator below your pump, the air will work its way up into the pump, and they are not meant to actually have any air in them. They can deal with a little bit at a time, but if there is a large air bubble in there for a long period of time, you will damage your pump. And then you have to get it replaced, and no one really wants to go ripping it out of their computer and then having to go get a whole new one. So yeah, don't do that.
That's very fair. That's some good advice. Some good advice there. We appreciate that. See, I told you give advice. You give tips. What are you talking about?
Not really.
Yeah.
Apart from that, not really any other taboos with it, really.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
Install your backplate. Don't forget your backplate. That's my tip because it's so easy to not know that you have to have a backplate on.
Then you should have followed my one simple instruction of read the manual. Sarah.
Yeah, I know, but
my tips and tricks.
Is it always in the manual?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the advice is always to install the backplate first and do it standing up.
Ooh.
Don't have it sitting down.
Yeah, here, I'll give these to you.
Let's see where everyone's from.
Thank you. This is actually what I
From Sydney, California.
Oh, yes, it is.
Love California, Sunny. I really enjoy San Francisco. Nice place. Australia, from lockdown Victoria. Love from Taiwan. It's 3:13 a.m. Yeah, I was going to say, Sunny, I imagine it's quite early for you. So thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Taking the advice. Yes, don't forget your backplate. It's pivotal. You can't install an AIO on nothing. It needs to go on something. Otherwise, you're going to have a tough time actually having it doing anything, right, Jono?
Yeah, you are going to have a tough time.
If you don't have a backplate, it's just going to go on nothing.
Well, like, yeah, I mean, you can't really... So AMD... AM4 stuff, you normally can leave the AM4 in, like, pre-installed backplate.
Yeah.
When you're doing all-in-one installs.
Yeah.
However, that's if you use if the cooler uses like the Acertec or Acertec sort of mount.
Yeah.
However, if you use different ones like our new TH series or our Ultras, things like that, you do get a included backplate.
Which helps.
Yeah, we keep it simple, so it's the one backplate, but it flips. So one side is Intel.
And then just make sure you're on the right side, though, because you're going to have a hard time if it's flipped over on the wrong side and you try to install it on the wrong thing.
Yeah, it's not really going to go too well.
It's not going to work too well.
No.
So make sure you fix that.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got some people from India, Indonesia, Korea, Philippines. Gosh, we're all over the place. This is so cool.
That's awesome. That's
I love that. I really, because of the time zone, I wasn't sure if we'd get a huge variety of people. So this is really cool that we're getting such a big
I mean, we're chugging into
variety.
the evening here in Australia. So,
Ozzy asked, Oppie, sorry.
Sorry,
Oppie. Please forgive me. Question, can you connect a Thermaltake Toughpower GF2 ARGB 750 watt to the fan hub?
I'm not entirely sure about like what. I'm not sure what
we
that
need
question
more
is
information,
asking.
Oppie.
Do you want to go a little bit more into detail? It's like depending on what fan hub and fan controller. Some require just like a SATA cable, SATA power cable.
Yeah.
And therefore, it's not exactly like it's not power supply specific.
Yes.
So you can use any power supply to do that. But I think I need a little bit more context, a little bit more details to try and properly answer that for you, if I haven't already.
Yeah. Hybrid said, see how fast Nick is installing it on a timer? Pressure him further. Pressure! Put more pressure on Nick. He's sweating. He's not actually sweating. I think he's doing quite well over there in our little Nick corner.
Look at him go. Calm and collect. Oh, that's so cool. I love that little Nick cam.
You love the Nick? Yes, the Nick cam is great. Yeah. I'm so glad that we got the Nick cam working.
I'm so glad we could rope someone else in to share.
I know, to share in our pain. Nick was so excited.
You should have seen how wide his eyes opened.
He was crying with laughter.
I get to build live
for lots of people to watch and judge me.
Yeah, like he was so
He was so excited.
Like, I was excited to deliver the news.
Yeah,
I didn't even deliver the news.
Yeah, I know. I thought you delivered the news, and we all decided what was happening, and no one had actually told Nick what he was doing.
Jonathan, mate, you are a liar. This is not an AMD backplate.
Isn't it?
No, that's an Intel one, you silly.
Oh, well then it's already got one on there.
No, it does not.
What?
There's only two there. There's only...
did you take one off?
Oh, you did the wrong one. Everybody shame, Jono.
Me?
Shame.
Thank you very much. I was like, hold on, this don't look right.
Should we time Nick tomorrow? We could time Nick tomorrow.
Yes, please.
I think Nick will steam through the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, this is the stuff that he's gonna just be. It's a bit finicky, but I think the rest he'll be fine with. I think he's asking about controlling the RGB fan within the power supply via a fan hub.
Not if they're our proprietary like RGB fans, because I have like a special cable that connects to the TT RGB like plus hubs, or like the I guess they can controller units. They're not fan controllers per se, if you're talking about an external one. So no, you can't. Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Not that I know stays within warranty.
R Bushy is watching from Canada. 6 a.m. in Canada.
Wow.
Oh my gosh! Good morning. Have you gone to bed, or is this you? Is this you getting up early,
Yeah,
or is
you
this
just
you?
finished work,
or
or-
have you just not gone to sleep yet? I don't know how you would do that. I've never done that before, and I don't know how people do that. It's amazing.
What's Canadian summer like?
I think it can get pretty warm.
Yeah.
Just like, I think like England right now is really warm,
Really?
and they're like, oh, it's a heat wave, and I found out it's like 28 degrees.
16 degrees Celsius.
28 degrees isn't really a heat wave, though, is it?
Maybe for them.
For them, yeah, for
wild,
them,
actually,
definitely. Ashish asked, are you guys working on a case to hold more than 3 to 4 GPUs for crypto mining? Have you thought about something in this sector? Ooh, topical.
I feel like if you're crypto mining, you just use like an open air, like sort of a little rig.
Or you do what that guy did and he put them in his like BMW or something.
Yeah,
It was a car. Like installed a bunch of crypto mining stuff in his car.
I guess we haven't really been informed of a case, but we do have power supplies sort of tailored towards that end of the market.
Yep.
Pretty big, beefy 1500 watt monsters.
Big boys.
Yeah. That can cater for multiple GPUs and systems if that's the way you want to go about it. But yeah, in terms of cases, not that I know of.
Yeah. Our bushy has not been to sleep.
Oh.
They're just still awake.
Nuts. Love it.
Oh my gosh. I hope you don't have anything crazy on today. Apart from staying up to watch the following expo on user experience. Okay, so I think we did answer Hoppy's question. You're welcome,
awesome.
Hoppy.
I'm glad we did.
Ashley asked, what's the difference between liquid cooled and water cooled for those who may not know? That's a great question, Ashley.
This might be does Nick want to answer this? Or?
Semantics, it's the same thing.
It's the same.
People just use the terms interchangeably.
Right.
There's no difference.
Do you want to actually answer the question, Nick? Or
I did just answer the question.
No, you did a snidey Nick answer. We want an actual answer.
That's the real answer. There's no difference. It's literally just some people use the term liquid and some people use the term water.
Oh no, it's liquid and air.
Oh well, that's not what Jonathan said at all.
Oh no, it does say liquid cooled and water cooled. That's so true.
Oh.
Or does Ashley mean, maybe Ashley means liquid cooled and like air cooled? Because yes, liquid cooled and water cooled are the same thing. You can just, because technically you're not really cooling with water, you're cooling with coolant.
Yeah.
So I think people get confused. They think they can just go to the tap and just like fill it up, which isn't quite.
You can use.
I mean,
water. It just it doesn't have good cooling. Like,
it won't
properties
do that
compared to
much.
coolant.
Yes.
And then you have like all the little stuff inside water that
there could be problems.
Can end up badly.
Yes. So don't use water.
Yeah.
Like use coolant.
But yeah, if you're asking liquid or water cooling, the words are just interchangeable. Depending on who you ask, who you talk to. We probably should standardize that, but you know.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Xanatos says, I'm watching this stream from 6 a.m. in Argentina.
Whoa, it's 6 a.m. in a lot of places.
Oh my God, why are you guys here? Go to bed.
Sweet.
Wait, don't. Just wait for the end and then go to bed.
We're nearly there.
We're nearly there.
That's
We're nearly
awesome.
there. Hybrid's watching from Washington, the state everyone forgets about, 2 states above California. Oh, I like Washington.
I
You got
love
some nice
Washington.
woods. Lots of forests.
Oh, it's so
cold.
awesome out there, man.
Yeah.
I really want to go and visit. We didn't get enough time to squeeze a Washington visit when my wife and I were on our honeymoon, and I am hanging to go back. So, yeah, you guys have some... I know it's like a little bit... the weather's not the greatest. Or you guys...
I think that's the appeal.
Yeah,
you go to Washington to be in the rain.
In the rain. I mean, it's really moody, so you know,
exactly.
I'll bust out
You
the
can take
camera.
some cool photos. Yeah,
for sure.
Why doesn't the third code work? That would be because we haven't given you it yet. I think, have we? No, we have.
We would have.
We would have. So I don't know. Are you spelling it correctly?
Yeah.
That could be the thing. That's all right. Once this is over, go back, find it, watch it again, and then try again.
And if it's still not working,
then tell us tomorrow, and
then let us know on the
fix
stream.
it.
We'll have to suss that out. We need to make that work.
Yes, it should be working.
I don't know if they're case sensitive either.
They might be case sensitive. Totoro said, Jono, how good would the Toughliquid and Toughliquid Ultra look in a Thermaltake Level 10 Battle Edition?
Hey, that's oddly specific.
Throwback.
Now it reveals to me who that is. So.
Oh, okay.
I guess like maybe if you wait a little bit, we can slide one over to you. To be honest with you, that case is it's kind of an iconic case. So It looked pretty cool. But I wonder if it would fit. Not the 360 model. So, yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for watching, man.
Do we need to use thermal paste with liquid or water cooling? Depends on what your cooler, like, because some of them come with it pre-applied. So if you're asking, do you need to apply it? If it's pre-applied, no. But if it isn't pre-applied,
what was the question?
Yes.
Sorry.
Do you need to use thermal paste with water cooling?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, you do. So the way the block mounts to your CPU, there needs to be thermal paste there. Now, generally, some previous models of all-in-one coolers will have like a pre-applied layer of thermal paste or thermal compound on it. You know, to be honest with you, I think it's really good practice to kind of like replace that. It is a thin layer, and it really kind of depends on when you got that, because sometimes, you know, a product can sit on the shelf for a little bit, and so it can get a little bit dried out and things. But newer models of ours, instead of having the pre-applied stuff, we give you a little tube of TG50, which is a really new compound, and it's pretty good thermal conductivity, and yeah, you can chuck that on, so it's good.
Nice. Awesome. Cool. Amazing. Air cool more like if you have a cool environment. Liquid cool if you have a hot environment. Fair? Fair.
Yeah, I guess, like, I mean, liquid cooling, a lot of people wonder about temperatures, and essentially liquid cooling can't be cooler than your ambient temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something to keep in
mind. But when you're choosing what you want to do.
Yeah, the ambient temperature of the room is kind of where you're going to be able to hit with your liquid cooling. So.
Cool. So this says 3 letters, but the Gleam is asking for 4 letters. Did we do a typo? Did we do a typo?
Oh, we're gonna have to reveal it then.
Okay, so we're just gonna say that there is an S at the end. That's all we're gonna say. So you'll have to, if you're rewatching this, you have to watch all the way to here to actually find the code, because
we're really making this.
Our editor has decided to forget how to spell.
To be fair, we didn't go through and.
Well, I'm pretty sure I do remember going through it. I actually can't even remember what the code is.
Neither can I.
I remember every other code except for that code.
Yeah.
But yes, just make it a plural.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. I know. It's plural.
Make it a plural. Make it a plural.
Yeah.
There you go.
It is.
That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Okay. So let's check back in with Nick. How is Nick going? It's looking pretty good over there.
Yeah, Nick's done, mate.
Looking pretty
Actually,
good.
no, it's a lie. He's not done. There's still one more cable.
He actually just duct taped the CPU.
Yeah, you didn't see it, but he's just completely just held on with super glue.
This entire build is literally just green screen.
It's just all green screen. None of this. Nick isn't real. He's actually a.
We can't go with that because I saw him in the reflection.
No, I'm an AI.
No, we green screened the reflection as well. Yeah. We're really, really dedicated. Amazing. So Nick is pretty much done. So there is the start of potentially your PC, everyone, if you win the giveaway. So we're going to once more spam that giveaway link if you haven't entered already, or if you've just learnt the code has an S at the end. Feel free to jump on that link and go and enter in. But yeah, so Nick's going to finish up, so maybe we'll finish up too.
Yeah, I think so. So there you go. We've made a really good start on the PC, as you can obviously see. But that's about it for day 1 of product discussions. Yeah.
Yes.
So we hope you've enjoyed our segment of the Expo. Mm-hmm. Remember to check back at 1 p.m. Pacific time, so 6 a.m.-ish Australia time.
6:30, 6 a.m.
Yeah, and you can see our user experience segment, which will feature a ton of great content and even more code words to enter to win one of the 2 PCs. So we're giving away one.
We're giving away one.
And then the other crew are also building one.
As well.
It's a little bit...
they're building one, but they're giving away a separate thing.
Yeah, they are.
But you get to get what we build for you.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
But
cool. For now, I guess that's a wrap from us here and a wrap from Nick.
See you
as
later.
he finishes the cable management. And yeah, we will see you guys all back here again tomorrow. And remember, stick around for the user experience. It's in quite a few hours, but definitely check it out. Tell them we said hi. Please say the ANZ crew said hi and we sent you.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah, and we'll definitely watch that back. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys same time tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right back here. We're going to do what we're doing tomorrow, Jono.
Well, for part 2, we're going to talk about RAM.
Yep.
Power supplies.
Yep.
And some new TT gaming products. And a really cool thing is one of those don't have any wires. So
yes.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
One of them you can sit on.
Yeah, I mean, I had to think for a second.
What a mystery.
I'm like, you can sit on them all if you want to.
They won't survive it, but you can.
There is one that purposeful for your
that
cheeks.
you can sit on. Yes.
So I think that wraps it up.
Yep.
That wraps it up, and we really hope to see you again.
Yep. Thank you
soon.
for watching. It was good to see you. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye, Nick.
See ya.
Bye, Nick.
Bye, Nick.
Bye, Jono.